Lucas stepped out of JFK Airport, his eyes wide as he took in the towering skyscrapers and honking taxis. The cold January air bit his cheeks, but he didn't care. He was finally in New York. His hands trembled slightly as he clutched his suitcase and a crumpled map of the city. "I can do this," he whispered to himself, repeating the few English phrases he'd practiced. "Hello. Thank you. And where is the hotel?" The ride to Manhattan was a blur of neon signs and unfamiliar voices. When he arrived at his small hotel near Times Square, the receptionist greeted him with a smile. "Welcome. Name, please?" Lucas froze. "You know me, Lucas," he blurted out, then quickly corrected himself. "My name is Lucas." The receptionist nodded, handing him a key. In his room, Lucas flopped onto the bed, exhausted but exhilarated. He glanced at his backpack, passport, wallet, and a photo of his family tucked inside. Everything's okay, he thought. Tomorrow he'd explore the city. But for now, he drifted to sleep, the hum of New York City lulling him into dreams of adventure. The next morning, Lucas woke up to sunlight streaming through the thin hotel curtains. He grabbed his backpack, passport, wallet, map, and headed to the subway, determined to visit Central Park.
The station buzzed with commuters, their voices blending into a symphony of English he couldn't yet decipher. "Just follow the signs," he told himself, repeating the phrase he'd learned. "Downtown, uptown." As the train screeched into the station, Lucas hesitated. A crowd pushed forward, and he stumbled into the car, clutching his backpack tightly.
But when the doors closed, he realized his mistake. The strap of his bag was caught outside. Panicking, he yanked it free, but the backpack slipped from his grip and vanished into the sea of people. "Wait! My bag!" Lucas shouted, but the train lurched forward, carrying him away. His heart raced. No passport, no money, no map. He got off at the next stop, his hands shaking. An older woman noticed his distress. "You okay, honey?" she asked. Lucas opened his mouth, but the words tangled in his throat. "How do I say, 'I lost my bag'?" He pointed frantically at his empty hands. "Help! I need help," he managed, his accent thick. The woman frowned, confused. Desperate, Lucas mimed opening a bag and shrugged helplessly. "Lost something?" she guessed. He nodded, relief flooding him. "Lost and found office," she said slowly, pointing upstairs. Lucas repeated the words like a mantra. Lost and found. Lost and found. But when he reached the office, the clerk shook his head. "No bags turned in today. Check back later." Lucas's shoulders slumped. What now? Lucas turned to see a girl around his age. Her dark hair pulled into a messy bun and a faded NYU sweatshirt peeking under her coat. She held a notebook titled City Guide for Beginners and smiled again. "You look lost. Need help?" I mean yes," Lucas stammered, switching to English. "I lost my bag, passport, money, everything." He gestured wildly, but Emma nodded calmly. "Slow down," she said, flipping to a page in her notebook. "Let's start with, 'Can you help me?'" She pointed to the phrase, and Lucas repeated it, his voice steadier this time. "Good. Now, where did you lose it?" Emma asked. Lucas hesitated. How to explain the subway? He mimed a train with his hands and made a whoosh sound. Emma laughed. The subway? Which station? Times Square, Lucas said. Proud he remembered the name. Emma scribbled notes. Okay, let's check the lost and found again. Maybe someone found it later. At the office, the clerk recognized Lucas. Still no bag, he said. Emma stepped forward. Can we leave his number? Just in case? The clerk shrugged but took Lucas's hotel details. Outside, Emma sighed. Next stop. Police station. They might have reports. Lucas's eyes widened. Police? But I didn't do anything wrong. Emma grinned. Relax, they help lost things too. Just say, I lost my bag. Can you help me? Got it. Lucas repeated the phrase until it felt natural. As they walked, Emma pointed to store signs. Repeat after me. Pharmacy, grocery, bank. Lucas obeyed, his confidence growing with each word. Back at the Times Square subway station, Lucas and Emma combed through the crowds. Describe your bag again, Emma said, her voice steady. Blue and black, Lucas replied, tracing the shape in the air. With a Cadido lock. Good, lock, Emma repeated, writing it down. She approached a street vendor selling pretzels. Excuse me, have you seen a blue and black bag? The man shook his head, but Lucas noticed Emma's calm persistence. Maybe I can try too. He tapped a woman's shoulder. Have you seen my bag? He asked, mimicking Emma's polite tone. The woman smiled apologetically. Sorry, no. Still good job, Emma said. Now let's try the police station. At the precinct, a tall officer greeted them. Lost property? He asked, scanning Lucas head to toe. Lucas swallowed hard. Yes, I lost my bag. It's blue and black. Passport inside. The officer raised an eyebrow. Color? Size? Emma jumped in. Medium-sized, with a silver lock. Lost this morning on the downtown train. The officer scribbled notes. We'll call if it turns up. Check the website too. Outside, Lucas kicked a pebble. This is taking forever. Don't worry, Emma said. Let's try the lost and found at Grand Central. Sometimes bags end up there. On the way, she quizzed him. How do you say tram in English? Train, Lucas said, grinning. And bolsa, bag. See? You're learning. At Grand Central, the lost and found clerk sighed. No blue bags today. Try tomorrow. Lucas slumped against a wall. What if I never find it? Emma led Lucas to a small cafe tucked between skyscrapers, its windows glowing with warm light. This is cozy, she said, gesturing to the snug tables and the smell of fresh coffee. It means comfortable, welcoming. Lucas slumped into a chair. I'm frustrated, he admitted, practicing the word Emma had taught him earlier. Why can't we find my bag? Emma stirred her hot chocolate. Learning a language is like this, search hard at first, but worth it. Don't give up. She pulled out her notebook. Let's practice. How do you say estou desenamado? Lucas frowned. I'm discouraged? Perfect. Now say, I won't give up. I won't give up, Lucas repeated, forcing a smile. As they talked, Lucas's phone buzzed a message from the hotel. Front desk found a note for you. He showed Emma, who gasped. Maybe it's about your bag. Let's go. Back at the hotel, the receptionist handed Lucas a slip of paper with messy handwriting. Found a blue bag. Call this number. His hands shook as he dialed. Hello? A man's voice answered. I lost my bag. Blue and black, Lucas said, heart pounding. Yep, got it here at Joe's Diner. Come by before 8 p.m. Lucas nearly dropped the phone. They found it. At Joe's Diner. Emma high-fived him. See? You didn't give up. Joe's Diner, where is that? Lucas muttered, staring at the address. Emma flagged down a taxi and pushed him inside. Tell the driver, she urged. Lucas leaned forward. Please, go to Joe's Diner, he said, over-enunciating. The driver squinted. Never heard of it. Address? Panicking, Lucas showed him the paper. 45th Street, between 6th and 7th Avenue. Got it, the driver grunted, merging into traffic. Emma nudged Lucas. Ask him, how long will it take? How long? Lucas repeated. 20 minutes, the driver said. If traffic moves. As the taxi crawled, Lucas practiced directions from Emma's notebook. Turn left, go straight, next to the bank. Suddenly the driver cursed. Accident ahead. Detour. He swerved onto a side street. Wait, is this right? Lucas asked, but the driver ignored him. Emma peered out the window. Turn left here, she shouted, pointing to a familiar street sign. The driver grumbled but obeyed. 5 minutes later, they spotted the neon glow of Joe's Diner. There, Lucas yelled. Inside, a burly man in an apron waved them over. You the kid who lost the bag? He pulled out a blue backpack from behind the counter. Lucas's heart leapt, it was his. Check if everything's there, the man said. Lucas unzipped the bag. Passport, wallet, even the photo of his family. Yes, thank you, the man chuckled. Some tourist found it on the subway. Glad it's yours. Outside the diner, Lucas hugged his backpack, laughing breathlessly. I can't believe it's really here. He turned to Emma, who was grinning. Thank you so much. I couldn't have done this without you. Emma shrugged, but her smile widened. You did most of the work. Now, let's celebrate. I know a great ice cream place nearby. As they walked, Lucas kept checking his bag, as if it might disappear again. I'll never let it out of my sight, he vowed. Smart plan, Emma said. But New York isn't all chaos. Look, she pointed to a street musician playing jazz saxophone, then to a group of kids laughing as they chased pigeons. It's also magical. At the ice cream shop, Lucas insisted on paying. My treat. You saved my day. He practiced ordering. 2 scoops, please. Chocolate and, strawberry. The server handed them cones, and Lucas bowed slightly. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Emma giggled. You don't have to bow here. A smile is enough. As they ate, Lucas grew quiet. What's wrong? Emma asked. Back home, I was scared to speak English, he admitted. But today I had to, and it worked. Emma nodded. Fear's normal, but you were brave. That's what matters. The sky blushed pink as they strolled back to Lucas's hotel. So tomorrow, Emma said, spinning to face him. Let's meet at 9 a.m. I'll show you Central Park, the Brooklyn Bridge Reel, New York. Lucas grinned. I'll be there. But first, he pulled out his phone. How do I ask? Where is the Statue of Liberty? Emma taught him the phrase, then added, but trust me, it's better to say, can we visit the Statue of Liberty? Lucas repeated it, jotting notes in his phone. Now you teach me something, Emma said. How do you say amigo in Portuguese? Amigo, Lucas said, laughing. Amigo, she repeated. That's us now. Text me if you get lost again. Okay? She saved her number in his phone as Emma NYC. At the hotel entrance, Lucas hesitated. Today was crazy, but good crazy. Thank you, amiga. Emma waved. Sleep well. Tomorrow's another adventure. Upstairs, Lucas flopped onto his bed, scrolling through the day's photos, Emma laughing at the ice cream shop, his recovered backpack, the jazz musician. For the first time, New York didn't feel overwhelming. It felt like a puzzle he was learning to solve, one word at a time. The next morning, Lucas stood in front of the bathroom mirror, repeating Emma's advice. Every challenge is an opportunity to learn. He thought about yesterday, the panic of losing his bag, the frustration of misunderstood words, and finally, the triumph of reclaiming it. At breakfast, Emma arrived with a paper bag of donuts. Ready for day 2? She asked. Lucas nodded. But what if I make mistakes today? Emma bit into a donut, sprinkling powdered sugar on her shirt. Mistakes? Like this? She pointed to the mess. They're part of the adventure. Remember how you mined Subway yesterday? That was genius. Lucas laughed, recalling his frantic train impressions. I guess even mistakes help. Exactly, Emma said. You didn't just find your bag, you learned how to ask for help, describe things, and not bow to ice cream servers. As they walked to Central Park, Lucas replayed phrases in his head. Excuse me. I need help. Thank you. Each word felt like a tiny victory. See that? Emma pointed to a street artist painting the skyline. New York is full of stories. Yours just started. Lucas took a deep breath. For the first time, his fear of English felt smaller than his curiosity. Halfway across the Brooklyn Bridge, Lucas paused, the wind tugging at his jacket. Tomorrow I want to explore alone, he said, bracing for doubt. But Emma fist bumped him. Yes, start with coffee. Repeat after me. Can I have a coffee, please? Lucas practiced until the phrase felt effortless. Below them, ferries dotted the East River, and somewhere beyond the skyline, his next adventure waited. Remember, Emma said, New York won't bite. And if you get stuck, just smile and say, I'm learning. People love that. Lucas grinned. I'm learning, he repeated, the words light as the breeze. That night, back at the hotel, he opened his notebook and wrote, Day 1, lost my bag. Day 2, found courage. He snapped a photo of the page and texted Emma, ready for day 3. As he fell asleep, Lucas imagined tomorrow's challenges, ordering coffee, asking for directions, maybe even cracking a joke in English. For every I don't know, there'd be a let me try. New York wasn't just a city anymore. It was his classroom,